What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. It is a Sunday morning here in my world. I'm getting ready for the office, and there is a whole lot of sounds going on. I'm making my breakfast, the dryer's going, the coffee's on. Today, I want to introduce a new series that I'm going to start on here because my birthday is in a couple of weeks, and I am turning 30 something. I get really reflective around my birthdays, and so I've been reflecting. And I feel like the closer I've gotten to my 30s, and every year now into my 30s, into my early 30s, there's like been this buildup or like this fear of getting a year older because I feel like one of the most damaging things that we are told and that we believe is that everything goes downhill after our 30s. And for me, my life experience has been so far the opposite. Like, I feel like our youth in our early 20s is so glorified, but like I was a disaster in my early 20s. Like, I was in the worst shape of my life, physically, mentally, emotionally. I was so lost. And so in this series, I kind of just want to unpack each layer, each topic of my life that has improved and continues to improve with age. So in this episode, I'm going to talk about my skin because my skin used to be something I was so self-conscious about since a young age. And what I'm going to tell you about your skin, you guys, is that it is an inside job. And to be honest, most things are inside jobs. But it wasn't until I really cleaned up my diet and cleaned up my diet consistently that my skin really improved. But the added layer to this, because if you do not know, if you are new here, my husband and I, we own a wellness and aesthetic center. So HydraFacials are something that I've started doing regularly, and I'm about 11 weeks out now. So I'm kind of getting myself on a schedule as I get closer to stage because everything's important. Like how your makeup goes on is important, your skin prep, like all of it. And so I'm starting that early too because you can't just like wait and push everything to the end. So I'm not really somebody that has a lot of time to spend on self-care. So for me, that is like the biggest cost right now in my life, which I am so fortunate for because I have access to this pretty much any time that I want, but it's just finding the time to do it. So today I have so many things that I would rather be doing, but this is very important. So today I'm going to get a HydraFacial, but more importantly, I'm going to get a dermaplane, and that's where you exfoliate the peach fuzz off with a blade, essentially. The dermaplane is really what makes the HydraFacial and all of your skincare products and all of your makeup like go on so much smoother. So that's something I'm going to take you through today. But reflecting on my 20s, this is what my skin looked like on a regular basis. And most of this, again, was my diet. However, I was not getting any sort of facial. I was using pretty much over the counter skincare, and then I started investing in more expensive skincare, but I was just really guessing and using what other people were using. So my skin really started to improve over the years as I have really cleaned up my diet, really cleaned up my lifestyle. But something that I literally cannot undo in my life are my wedding photos. And in my wedding photos, you guys, my face was so hairy because I had not yet invested or discovered dermaplanes. And so I urge you, if you are in your 20s, in your early 20s, if you're getting married soon, if you're doing any like big life things, like start doing these things, especially a dermaplane, because there's very little cost involved and it makes such a big difference. And so, again, I'm going to take you through my skin prep today. But for me, my skin was just like something that I struggled with so hard. And again, I was a mess in my early 20s, late teens, mid 20s even. And so turning 30 something and having the best skin of my life feels like such a wonderful gift from me to me. So let's get into it. All right, you guys, it's bright out here. This is Forever Young. We are located in Frankfort, Illinois. Don't mind the jump scare. I'm obviously not wearing makeup because I'm planning on getting HydraFacial, but this is it. We also own Together Yoga and Pilates located right next door. But today we are doing my HydraFacial. This is Miss Hannah. She's going to be doing my HydraFacial today.
Hi, nice to meet you all.
So we're going to do the dermaplane first and then the HydraFacial. This is the room. This is the machine. This is Hannah. All right, let's get into this HydraFacial. My last one was 8 weeks ago. Ideally, you want to get one every 4 weeks, but we're going to start with a cleanse and the dermaplane. I will say I have been keeping up on my dermaplanes about every 4 weeks, so I am proud of that. This just removes that peach fuzz. This is very mild compared to what comes off my face when I wait too long. After the dermaplane, we move into the HydraFacial. First step is the cleanse. Second step is painless extractions. We skipped the third step today and went straight to the serums and then red light to top it off to really help those serums get into my skin, top it off with some SPF, and that is the HydraFacial. It takes about 30 minutes or so, and this is the gunky. Not much came out. All right, you guys, that concludes our HydraFacial. Thank you, Hannah.
Thank you, Kristen.
I just finished up my morning at the office and I am now getting ready to go and train. So I had my HydraFacial. If you are the HydraFacial police, we did skip one step, which was the no downtime chemical peel. I don't like that step, especially when I'm training because I have very sensitive skin. So my face just feels like very hot and tight and irritated for the whole day. So I didn't want to do it. So we didn't. The no downtime peel is really what gives you like that really nice glow. But nonetheless, I got a good cleanse, the extractions with the machine, and then we put a serum back in. So I am good for like another 4 weeks. And then, of course, my dermaplane. So I'm feeling real good. I just put on, I'm doing like my 2 minute skincare routine. So let me know in the comments if you guys want to see like all of my skincare products that I've used. It has taken me a minute because I used to be like a one product person. I would use like one serum, and now I have like a 5 step routine that I do in the morning and the evening. It's changed my face. Truly, truly has. As far as makeup goes, I'm very minimal. I like to look very natural. So I just use a tinted SPF. This is the one. I've been using it for probably at least 5 years. So let me know if you want to see my skincare routine, my makeup routine. Happy to share it. But in closing on this episode, when it comes to your skin, and my skin in particular, it has gotten so much better in my 30s versus my 20s. And I am so very grateful for that. But I'm going to take it a step further because it is more than diet. It is your habits. It is not only the food you're eating, it's the water you're drinking, it's the sleep, it's the stress. It is literally all of it. And if you do not have a strong foundation of habits in place, it is going to show up on your face. And so I hardly ever get pimples. I hardly ever get blemishes. And the reason for that being is my habits are in check. They are my non negotiables, and my diet is in check. It is clean. I will say it has taken me a very long time to get here. And a very good example of that is when I was having weekly meals off plan or that weekly sweet treat or that weekly indulgence. And by that, I mean foods that I know do not agree with my body, like gluten, dairy, sugar, alcohol, any of that sort. When I was having that on a weekly basis, even if it was just one day, it would show up on my face within 24 hours. But it's not just that 24 hours. It is like a 2 week process to get it off my face. And sugar and alcohol, it's taken a long time for me to like get very clear on what to expect when I eat things. And so for me, when I would have like any thing that I just listed, basically, it would show up like in the corners of my mouth as like a very painful pimple. And it was just like so brutal. And I tried to blame it on everything except for what it was because I believe that we just remain ignorant to things and are just like willing to live with a level of discomfort because it's more so a habit, like the habit of having that glass of wine every week or that habit of having that whatever. And like maybe time and place in your life it fits, but reality is, you guys, there is a price to pay for everything. And for me, it's become a very easy price to pay not having these things in my diet, not only for my personal goals, but just for like my confidence and like the frustration that I would get when I would have these things regularly in my diet. When these things are constant in my diet, there are constantly pimples and blemishes on my face, and it really hurts my confidence. And it's not just my face, it's also like, bloating and digestion and like all of the things. So, where I'm at in my life, where I'm at as a 30 something, my skin is the best it has ever been. And so I'm just defying the myth that your 20s are the best years of your life, because the 30s are actually so very good. And honestly, I can only imagine your 40s get even better. Like, I'm excited to age, and people are probably going to be annoyed by this and think I'm insane, but it's the reality. When you master yourself, when you have a strong foundation in place, like, you just hold all of the power. And so, anyways, I want to teach you my ways. I want to teach you how to master yourself. I want to teach you how to age gracefully and just like take control of your life experience. And so I have some programs that will be available soon, hopefully by the time that I post this. So if it is out by the time I post this, it's going to be in the description. But if not, keep an eye out for it in coming episodes, because it is so good, you guys. So, anyways, that is an episode of 30 something, and I look forward to sharing the next thing that has changed the game for aging for me. Do not forget to like this and comment, and definitely, if you're not already, please subscribe. I will see you guys in the next one.